And welcome back to the hottest marriage show in the galaxy. It's I, John D.
Kanika.
AKA
Dylan.
And Too Much Podcast, Rescripting the culture one conversation at a time.
Oh, I haven't heard that in a long time. Yes.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm all right. You?
I'm good. A lot of things have happened since the last time we've shot. But anything on your mind today?
Yeah. Parenting, as per usual. But so I don't know if I said this to you, but the kids told me that we use a strategy on them that bothers them. We guilt trip. We guilt them into feeling certain ways about stuff. And I hadn't thought about it, but we really do.
Like what? I don't understand.
So the other day we were in the car and I was like, okay, so when we get home, Dallas, so you won't walk? No. We were at the driver's ed class and it was like 15 minutes before the class was supposed to start or whatever. And we're sitting in the parking lot. And I said, Dallas was like, well, I'm getting out of here. I was like, dang, you don't even want to be with me? Like, you got 15 more minutes. That's okay, because Dave's going to be in here with me, because Dave's just sitting there chilling, right? And Dallas said, y'all always do that. Y'all guilt trip us. And I said, really? How? And he was like the other day when we were playing cards. Dallas wanted to play cards. He loved to do family games or whatever. But the vibe was just off. The vibe was off. Like, Day doesn't necessarily like to play cards, but she will. Darius tends to like to play when it's the game he wants to play. And Dallas likes to play most when he's winning. So we got three things that we're working with. And when we were going through it, like, there was no issue with Day. Darius was like, he wasn't familiar with the game, so he wasn't really invested in it. Dallas was arranging his cards in a way that it didn't work for the game. So I was like, can you spread that out? And just the correction, it was just like, now his attitude is different. So the vibe just wasn't fair. It wasn't really family-like at all. And so at one point you got up and you were like, if you guys don't want to be, if you don't want to play family games and spend time together, and then you walked out of the room. And he said, Father was guilt tripping us about, the game and us just ending the game and saying, we're not trying to spend time. Like, we want to spend time with the family or whatever. It just didn't feel good. Like, we could have done this or done that. But it's not the first time that it's been like, all I want is this, and you guys are da-da-da-da.
That's not guilt tripping.
Hold on. So then he was like, so I'll say stuff like, well, who's going to go help me walk these dogs or whatever? Oh, I guess I got to go walk by myself and be all alone. Come on, Kingston. Come on, Bruno. Let me go find my headphones. And I do that.
No, I know.
I don't think...
So I think that he said, y'all.
No.
I don't guilt trip.
Oh, my God. So wait, hold on.
I want to hear this because I don't.
So I was looking up that. Do you remember saying that? All I want to do is just spend time with family.
But that wasn't guilt tripping. My point is that it wasn't my idea.
I understand.
Don't bring me into this and then you guys don't act like you want. That's not guilt tripping.
I know. No, because you said we were going to finish you were like, we need to finish this game. And then finally you just walked out.
Well, I did because you allowed another person to walk out of the room. And I was like, all right, so we'll play this. Cool. Okay. I continue to play. And then I'm watching another person act like he don't want to be there. So what are we doing here? Because Day is the only person here just for the love, because she don't care about none of this.
Yeah. So when I was looking up the definition, it was talking about guilt tripping is causing feelings of guilt in someone to manipulate the behavior manipulate the behavior of someone by causing feelings of guilt. And so when we were in the car, they were giving me examples of, like, when we would say something to make them feel like they needed to do that. If they didn't want to do something, it was to make them continue to feel like they needed to do it. And they would continue doing it because they felt bad because they got called out about it. And I was thinking about that and I was like, okay, I said, that's fair. There are times when it's like, we feel like y'all should be doing something and we could tell that y'all don't want to do it. And we'll be like, but we're supposed to be doing this for family, or we're supposed to be doing that, or I need you to do this. And, oh, you're not going to do that for me. And I was like, I'm not really aware of when I'm actually, like, when he was bringing it up, it's usually like, do y'all want to do this? And then I realized with Day, when I said, it's okay, Dallas, she was going into class. And Dallas was, when he was talking to me about the guilt tripping part or whatever, Day was just sitting back there. She wasn't saying anything. And so then I said, you know what? I said, you're right. Because if it elicits these feelings of guilt, like, I don't want you to do things you don't want to do. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it, because it's not fun. That's fine for me.
No, that's.
But wait, hold on. So then Day, when I said that, then Day reached for her stuff to leave. And I said, oh my God, Day. So when I said that you were really trying to leave the car, and she started smiling, she was like, yeah, we'll go in there and we just sit down. And I was like, okay, well, you guys go ahead and go sit down. So it made me think to myself, okay, I need to be more mindful of what I'm saying to them, because I don't want to, when I'm saying it, I guess I was thinking, like, when I go walking with them, they usually talk to me and we have good conversations. And so sometimes I do egg them on, like, oh, you don't want to spend any time with me. And then they come out and we have a good conversation and it feels okay. But I elicited it through, I manipulated them. It wasn't like, because there are times when they'll be like, they'll just show up with her jacket and want to go walk with me. Dallas, that's not really his thing. He doesn't want to walk with me. He wants to walk faster than us. He wants to be outside in the element. He wants us all to be outside, but it doesn't necessarily mean he wants to engage in conversation with us. He'll just randomly show up in a room with me and start talking. And so I was thinking to myself, I need to be more mindful about, because I don't, even though it is, what I do is explicitly guilt trip, because I'm like, you don't want to do that with me because da, 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 da. It's never to make them, I don't think that I'm making them feel a bad sense of guilt. I think that I'm like, oh, you don't want to, that's okay. And then it's, to me, I didn't think that it was harmful, because it was to do something to enjoy time with them. But it is. And I really felt, I liked the fact that he felt like he could say it, because I don't want to do that. And I'm sitting here just living my life thinking that, it's okay, because we're having a good time. But how you go about getting something, I mean, that impacts them too. And I don't want them to feel like they have to bend to people's wants just because they put the spotlight on them. But I could tell that you feel differently than me. Okay.
I do, because I'm looking at the entirety of it. Like, that's another reason why I know I don't do it, because I want them to naturally come be around me or do things for me. You do that. But this is the reason why I prefer your method better, because if you did what I did, how often would they come around?
If I did what you did.
If you waited for them to just naturally do it without insisting on it, they wouldn't come around. That's what I'm saying. Like, you created this thing where they want to come. They don't come around me still. So that it, like, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Like you created the bond, like with them. So I don't have a problem with you doing that, but I can see, like, you probably just need to watch your language. Like, you shouldn't, if you want something done, you say do it. Because when you guilt trip them, it's almost like you're guilt tripping them doing something that's supposed to be doing. If you didn't say anything, would they have done it?
But I don't want them. It's not necessary that they walk the dog.
That is an example. I'm just saying, like, anything, you'll guilt trip them in doing stuff like cleaning their room.
How do I do that?
I mean, like,
because I feel like I've told them this room needs to look better than this. I need you to clean that. Like, I've done that.
No, I'm just saying, like, when you present stuff for them, like, it's more so like you're trying to hope that they're going to make the right decision, or you're like coaxing them into like doing it with, like, that's why I said, like, when you want them to do something and it's not up for debate, you shouldn't use that technique.
Yeah, I don't use that if it's up for debate. Like if it's
you do that with the dogs. Debate,
then yes,
you do it with the dogs. Because you could say go walk the dogs.
Well, sometimes I do. I say go.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like
if I want them to do it with me is what I'm saying. But if I need them to do it on their own so I can do something else, I tell them. But if I want them to be with me, I do that.
So they're calling guilt tripping just being around you.
No, they're calling the way that I say it.
Just to be around you.
Yeah, but I don't think that they think I'm doing it because I just want to be around them.
So that's
because they show up. They are around me.
No, I'm asking like when I'm hearing this guilt tripping, are they just saying that you only guilt trip when it comes to just spending time with you? Is that the part that they don't like? Or is it like multiple ways of guilt tripping?
Well, that's what made me have to reflect because that was the most recent, like in the moment, and I'll say this, how it was interpreted, whether or not it was your intention when I was giving you the example that he was talking about with you, that was how he interpreted it. With me, he interpreted it because I was like, oh, you could stay here with me a little bit longer. Oh, that's okay. You ain't going to do what that is. So that was just in those moments that those were the two examples. But it made me think to myself and even watching myself over this last week, like how I'm asking them to do things or when I want to spend time with them, what am I saying? Because it's not like I was in the bathroom earlier today and they just came and sat in there and just started talking to me about a class. Like I was in my office earlier, Dallas was upstairs and he was just laying on the floor.
That's what I'm saying. Like
in the environment,
you've created an atmosphere, a culture where, they can come to you. Like
but why would why do I employ, even if I think it's playfully, why would I employ guilt tripping when I want them to do things? I think that was what I was mindful of. Like,
well, I guess in my mind, you don't have but too much longer to be able to do it. They're going to be gone.
Because when they're gone, you be like, oh, you ain't going to come and see us this summer, not even for a week.
That's okay. But that's like, even if that's the case, it's not every day. It's like, we're not going to be able to do it. So like, even we say you're not going to come for a week. Like, is that really a bad thing? Like, they're going to look back and like our parents always, or my mother always wanted to be around me. I think that's a better feeling than find out like, dang, my mother never wanted to be, she never asked me to do that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when I'm thinking like, when they mature and they reflect, they were like, I did feel like dang, she wanted to be around me. Like, I think they will get that message over, dang, she guilt tripped me and making a relationship with her. I don't see them like that. Like, I get what you're saying though. They don't like that feeling or whatnot, but they don't understand there's more to it. They just got this layer where they feel like, I don't like this feeling. But if you knew why she was doing it, would you feel that way anymore?
Well, I guess what it made me do this week, I was really watching how I would, what tactics, strategies I was employing to have them around me. A lot of the times, and I think it made me even not request them to be around me. I just let them come when they wanted to. Because I didn't want to do that, but also in thinking, how could I word it better? And it seems like I work on wording things for people all the time so that they're the least offended. They're able to get my message, not have any problems. But this was a struggle for me because I was like, okay, what do I say? And I guess it's the fear of rejection. That's why I do it, I think, because there are times where I'd be like, do you want to walk with me? And they should.
You do it to me now that I think about it. No, I'm saying like you do it, but you already know I want to go with you. I'm saying like you do use that same language.
So
that's what I'm saying. So but I didn't look at it that way. You see what I'm saying? But I could see if I didn't want to be around you, I'm like, God, she's making me go.
Look, they would literally back up out of a room. As if she makes herself invisible, she'll back out slowly. Dallas will flat out be like, I don't want to do that. Yeah, you'll definitely be like, of course I do. You probably don't. Now, there are times when I'll say something to John about going to do something. And he even said, he was like, you don't respect my time because you know that Sunday is the day. We were at Home Depot. I can't help it. Look, it's the spring. The weather is getting better. The plants, they put more plants out. And I would be like, you know, go Home Depot. And so we're driving and we're talking about something similar to this. And you said, but you don't respect my time either. And I was like, what? Of course I respect your time. You know, Sunday is the day that I prepare for the week for work. And where am I right now? I was like,
and I'm going to be with you for the rest of your life. So it's like,
but on Sunday, I want you. It's true. It's true. So this, you know, this is Kanika's flaw. It's a flaw.
I don't think it's a bad thing, though. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, it always can be improved, but but the intention behind it is not a bad thing. It could be a little selfish, possibly. But overall, it's to maximize the moment. Mm-hmm. So I don't look at it that way. So
I don't want it to be negatively viewed.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. When it's looked like that, you have to be prepared to explain it to them.
But I think that I just need to find the right way of saying, like, I don't have to say, oh, you know what? Okay.
You don't have to do that.
You don't have to, but it's so effective. I don't want to be that mom. So, okay. Because, you know, these are practices. I'm glad he's telling me this and he's 15. I don't want to be guilt tripping him at 30. Oh, you ain't going to bring your family to come and see me. You're not going to, That'd be horrible. And then it's like, you know, don't nobody be thinking about, Mom, I don't want to pack 2 little kids in this car. We live 12 hours away. And then, oh, okay, well then.
Well, it's good for you to know it now because I'm pretty sure they don't want to hear that later.
Yeah, I don't
like, you know, my mom is going to do this to me.
Or like his wife is going to be like, oh, God. So she says it.
See, I don't know.
Dave's husband be like, this, she can't say no to her mom. I don't want that. I want to be able to ask them and they have a choice. It's that simple. I want to be able to ask where they have a choice. And I put them in positions where they feel like that maybe they don't. And they love me and they know that I love them. And so they want to please me. And so they usually
submit.
Yeah. And I don't want that. I don't want that for them. I don't want them to ever feel like they need to do that for me. So,
well, you know what? It's going to teach them this. If you end up doing a better job, you're going to teach them about boundaries.
Yeah.
Where they're going to be like, dang, I told my mother this and she adjusted and I know she loves me and she loves that and she stopped. So they'll be able to, if somebody's crossing their boundaries, like, no, my mother even changed her behavior because she know I didn't like this and I'm not going to let you.
I know. If you can get Tanika, if you can get the mama to stop, everybody else, that's light work. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. That's what I'm wanting for them. I definitely want them to be able to set boundaries even when it comes to their mama.
Where did you get it from? Did your mother do that to you? Mm-mm. Where did you adopt that practice from? Oh, you know what? You've done that the entire relationship with me. Now that I think about it, you remember when you said you would give me the world? Oh my God.
First of all, so when we first started talking, when he professed his love to me, then after that, he was like, you know, I would give you anything, you know, I would do anything in the world for you, you know, da-da-da-da. So whenever he would say no, I was like, but you remember when you said you would do anything in the world to keep me happy? Hey, I rolled that thing out for a good 8 or 9 years. And I don't use it anymore.
Well, it's longer than 8 or 9 years. You just stopped using it. Don't do that. We've known each other a long time.
He told me I was going to be like, I was going to live the life of Oprah.
She's happier than Oprah. I tell you that. Oprah just got more money. Whatever. And you guess what? You still got time.
I still got time to be Oprah. Okay. Because my friend, ever since he said that, she was like, well, I'm Gail. I'm like, all right, Gail. Well, I'm waiting on my Oprah day.
You see, everybody got they plan, and it's on my effort.
Look, and I be trying to remind him, though. I be like, you know, press toward the mark. That's church out. But I mean, you know, it's to motivate you. Press toward the mark.
I'm making that for sure. Well, and when I say Oprah, it was more so her being able to do whatever she wanted. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I won't want people to think that you're trying to get into the spotlight and move groups of people.
No.
Just having the access to do whatever she wants. That's my goal.
Yeah. So
and she's been she don't trip. She was using it up until recently.
No, I don't even want to say recently. It definitely has.
Since I've been on this journey, maybe you haven't said it, but you used to say it all the time. Anyway. And you always got your way. I may not have been happy doing it, but now I'm happy. I'm smiling doing it.
Yeah, might not be happy. Don't nobody want to do stuff with people when they ain't happy doing it.
And that's unfortunate for me because I was selfish and temper tantrum. Like
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would definitely let you know with his face that he did not like what he was doing, but he was still gonna do it, and that takes away all the joy.
It does, and I didn't look at it that way either. I try not to do that anymore. Yeah, I try to enjoy the moment with you.
Yeah.
Anybody want to give a shout out before we get out of here?
Give a shout out to the kids who felt like they could say how they felt and they weren't afraid of me going off. Because a lot of kids can't do that. A lot of kids can't be honest with their parents about what they don't like. It'll be like, well, I'm the parent, or, you run that rank or whatever, or you say, I can do whatever I want to do, or, then they get even more guilt off of that, or whatever the case may be. I'm just glad that we have children who can speak up. So shout out to my kids who felt like they could be honest. Shout out to y'all if y'all open up the door so your kids can be honest to you too. And to those whose kids are really forthcoming and talk to you about stuff and they're not afraid. I love that.
Yeah, so shout out to you parents that are open-minded enough to have your kids say something that you were not prepared for.
For real. I was sitting there like, what? I was about to guilt trip on that. Oh my God, you make me feel like I didn't do that though. I didn't do that. I didn't say, oh my God. I was like, you know what? Tell me more. So yeah.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to piggyback off what you said. Parents, those of you that are not there yet, even if you don't have an answer, you can let them know. Like, hey, let me have some time to process this. This is different.
Oh yeah, this is different.
Yeah, and you don't have to just respond really quickly, because if you take time to actually think about your response, you give your kids an extra option to respond differently for a moment where they won't have the best response. And they'll be able to say, hey, can you give me some time to think about that? And it's better than just responding quickly, because people can say things that they don't mean.
Yeah.
But it just came off the tongue, and then somebody will take it personal, and it's kind of hard to apologize from words that you said. So instead of responding quickly, show them another way to respond by just asking them for some time to process.
That's true.
Shout out to you parents who are figuring it out. I can't lie. It's more fun now because I have somebody that I can talk to on a daily basis about, how to respond to things, because she's really good at what she does. And I just got that lucky to marry her. Y'all make today better than yesterday. Don't worry about anything you can't control. GATA, get after that action, or that action will get after you. Be great on purpose.